This video is fittingly in red for love and red for anger. And I've just come across a website about Megan Meyer, this 14-year-old girl who was on MySpace and got cyberspace bullied by a false person. Well, by a person, but the person had falsified a name and pretended that they were a 14-year-old boy. And this girl, Megan Meyer, had a crush on him and thought that they were their friend. And in fact, it was the parents of an old friend of Megan's that were actually setting up this account to basically psychologically terrorize her, and she ended up killing herself. She ended up committing suicide. And I was bullied so severely, and I also was very extremely violent myself. And I've just read the story as it's on the website, and I want to make myself available for helping people that are getting bullied, because I'm actually able to deal with it. But I couldn't have dealt with it, or I didn't deal with it, let's say, very well when I was younger. Now, the other news that I've been watching is the China earthquake situation. That's unbelievable and shocking, and world aid is very slow in coming, and really this is why we need a global world, so that these things don't not get handled properly. We need to handle global problems as a global community very quickly. Okay, it's not just China's problem. And also the Burma cyclone thing. I mean, there's so many hundreds of thousands of people dead there, so we can pretty much forget about 9/11 in poor old New York City, can't we? Thank you. My other point is the Austrian cellar, or dungeon if you want to call it that, where the Elizabeth woman was raped by her father and had a couple of children by the father. Her own father raped her, and 3 of the children were led upstairs, but the rest of them were downstairs in a dungeon, locked, couldn't see the light, couldn't go out at all, lived in a dungeon in Austria. And so these sorts of things are happening, and we need transparency. We can't allow these things to happen, Now, I am going to suffer when there is total transparency in the world, but I'm not going to even tell you my issues. But transparency is not a nice thing, really, because some of us want to have secrets. But the reality is, none of my secrets would ever be as shocking as the Megan Meyer story, or the Austrian woman who was raped by her father and kept in the cellar. They're shocking and sick. It makes you angry, but then you've got to calm down, because you can't be angry. You've got to rationally process it in the brain and breathe.